Hey, good morning, folks. So today I was planning on making some chili, and I had this mix from my daughter's fundraiser, Western chili mix to use. And so, I didn't think about this till this morning, and it says here, remove the spice packet, set aside, put beans in a large bowl and cover with 6 to 8 cups of cool water, refrigerate overnight. I'm like, well, I want to make it tonight. How am I going to do that? I'm like, oh, I think the quick cooker has this setting where I can do that. And sure enough, there's a bean setting on here. And in the quick cooker guide, you can put them in and do it instead of overnight, 25 minutes to prepare your beans to be ready to cook. So like total time saver. So the jar came with 3 cups of beans, and it came with black-eyed peas, looks like kidney beans, some navy beans, some pinto beans. And so when I look up in here, 25 minutes for black beans, black-eyed peas, and pinto beans, and 28 minutes for kidney beans. And there's a few of those in there because chili, what's chili without not having chili? The kidney beans. So that's about 3 cups. So the book says, 1 cup beans to 3 cups of water. So I'm gonna go and pour 3 cups of water. You can probably still see me here. So again, total time saver here. Great reason to have a slow cooker. And then guess what? When I'm done doing the beans and after I've browned my meat, you know what I can turn my quick cooker into? That's right, a slow cooker. It will be, I know that sounded really silly, but yeah, you can do it as a slow cooker because it can be both quick cooker and a slow cooker, which is amazing. So one appliance can do both. So if you have a small kitchen, that's the way to go, I would say. So here's 8 cups of water. So 2 cups of beans, I probably should put 1 more cup of water in there. And let's just get that glass cup in. Okay. These easy read measuring cups are also really great because the handle's easy to hold, and then you can really see all the divots in the side for the measuring. Okay, what's the next thing I gotta put in here? And a tablespoon of oil. So let me just get some oil. Get my measuring cup. Spoons rather. Okay. Let's see. Tablespoon of oil. So since I tripled the recipe, I'm gonna maybe put triple the amount of oil in. So 1, again, the measuring spoons here are great. We also have the adjustable measuring spoons, but what I really like about these ones is that they all just clip together nicely. Okay, so there we go. We've got both the oil, the beans, well, I guess 3 things, and the water in there. So I'm now gonna put the lid on. Again, one of the great things about the lid here, so I used to have an Instapot, and I really hated having to release the steam when I was done pressure. And I was using a wooden spoon always to kind of do the latch. It wouldn't always work, but here it's just a button and there's a nice distance between it. So it's much safer in my opinion. Risk of hurting myself is less. And I also love that it tells you when it's locked. So I'm gonna turn it to the bean setting here. So there's a whole bunch of settings down here. Lots of different programs you can use depending on what you're gonna do. I proof bread in here, you can make your rice, you can make dessert, all those sorts of things. Okay, so we're on the bean setting. We'll hit go and go from there. And so we'll come back after, I guess, 25 minutes and see how it goes.
Can you hear it bubbling away in there as it gets those beans ready for my chili? Sounds great, doesn't it? I like it. We just missed the steam. There was some steam coming out a few seconds ago, but of course, as soon as I went to make the video, it stopped.
Release the steam. It's been a little while since I've been busy working, so I kind of didn't do it. But you had to let it naturally release for 10 minutes according to my recipe, and then release it, which I just press this button. And I'm just gonna open it. When you open it, it makes that lovely little sound again to let you know that it's ready. Okay, so I now need to rinse the beans. So one of these things that I have is this collapsible colander, I guess you might call. I got it with my multi-use pot, but I think you can buy it separately. It's great because it doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's nice and big and silicone, so no heat issues, and it's really easy to use with nice 2 handles. So I'm gonna go place this in my sink, and then I'm gonna bring the crock pot over to dump the water in it, and then we'll have a look at the beans. So just put that in my sink. I'm going to grab my mini oven gloves, which are great size for stuff like this. Get it right under the ridge. And then, so I'm not sure without, you can see my beans are all ready to go. So the next step will be putting these beans in with my spice mix into the crock pot. I have not yet browned my meat. I don't eat beef, so I'll be using a ground turkey for mine, which, you know, probably a little bit healthier anyways, right? But for those of you that like your chili with ground beef, you can use ground beef too. And so I'll be browning some ground turkey and then making it. So now I've got all my beans all ready to go. My calendar is very useful. It's like, hey, 25 minutes is way better than overnight if you want to make your chili quickly. So before I don't drip everything, I'm gonna bring my beans back over, because now I'm just gonna put it back into the crock pot here, because, you know, it's my quick cooker, but I can use it. So there you go. My beans are all nicely ready for the next step of adding in the spices and the ground beef. So there we go, folks. Another wonderful use for your quick cooker. Prep your beans ahead of time, and then you can turn it into your slow cooker. So I'm gonna, you know, brown my beef, and then I'll get it all ready, and then we'll check it out in a few. So actually I had a thought. I have to brown the turkey, so I'll show you an amazing tool, a couple of amazing tools for that part. But the other thing is I'm gonna throw in a couple jars of fire roasted tomatoes, and I need to open them with my can opener. And a problem I had with a lot of the previous can openers we had, wouldn't quite cut it all the way through, and then you had the sharp edge on the top. And so when you're doing your recycling, you're like, oh, I'm gonna cut myself. Not with ours. So it's set up a little bit differently. Instead of going sideways, you put it right on top. You just go all the way around, all the way around. It's quite easy to use, I find. I like to just go right, it loosens a little bit, and then you turn it a little bit in reverse the other way, and it comes off. Otherwise, you won't get it off if you don't go back a bit with the handle. And then it has a lid thing, so you can just open it up. And no sharp edges, dumping your contents of your pan with my chili here, but no sharp edge. Perfect, especially if you have little kids, or you're a bit klutzy like me. I have little kids and I'm klutzy, and I've managed to cut myself with knives and stuff like that. So this is so much handier. Okay, so I've finished stirring up the stuff, the ground turkey with my mix and chop. As you can see, it breaks it up in nice bits, lets it brown sort of evenly. The other thing is you may have not realized is like, these pans are truly non-stick. I didn't put any oil. I didn't spray it with any oil. I clearly, or maybe not clearly, all I did was put the ground turkey pound right in, and you can see like nothing is sticking. It's great. These are super great pans. They are dishwasher friendly. They have a lifetime warranty. They have removable handles, so if you want to take it out and put it in the oven to broil it, you can do that. So stovetop to oven, they're great. They come in a few different sizes, and yeah, really, really love them. Yeah, that's all I got to say about those. So I'm now going to put these into, put this meat into the quick cooker and to make our chili. So hold on for the next step. Okay, so here we are. I have dumped in the ground turkey and the second can of my diced tomatoes. So I'm just gonna give it a quick stir here, because I put the spices and the tomato sauce in, as well as the beans that we prepped this morning. And I'm using our teak wooden spoon. It's got a nice long handle for deep pots like this, which is great, because I find sometimes the ones that you know, buy at like other places are not as long. They're also not as sturdy as this one, so I find this one sort of a good weight, good solid spoon. Okay. So there we go. I'm just gonna put the top back on here. So put that release button on. So now I'm just gonna move it to, I hit on, so I'm gonna turn it to the, what do we wanna do here? Turn it to slow cook. Okay, so I dumped all the ingredients into the quick cooker. I've now set it up for slow cook, so it sets itself for 4 hours on slow cook. We'll check it in 4 hours and see how it is. And if we need a little bit more, we can do a little bit more. But I mean, if you think about it, the beans are cooked, the turkey is cooked, so now it's just melding all the flavors and cooking the sauces and everything, so should be tasty. There's also a chili function, so if you want to, just make chilies in it and leave it, set it and forget it sort of thing, you can use the chili function as well, stew chili. So I think it sets it for about 40 minutes to do it that way. Okay, so we'll see the chili on when we're back. Okay, so my 4 hours is up, and I've slow cooked my chili for that amount of time. So we're just going to open it up and see how it looks. So let's check out the nice chili that's slow cooked. Oh, it's looking pretty good here. So as you can see, we've got some chili. It's been nice and slow cooked in the cooker. It's going to be ready for dinner with a nice sourdough loaf, maybe some avocado and some cheddar. Actually, I don't have any avocado, so no avocado. Maybe some cheddar cheese. Let's take a closer look, shall we? There we go. And there we go. Chili in the quick cooker as a slow cooker. Okay, well, hope you guys have a great dinner. I'll find a shot of the completed meal and add that later. Okay, have a great day, everyone.